region they're from. You have lymph nodes like in the inguinal area, you have them in the axillary. You can see axillary lymph nodes here on the model. Show them over there. Yeah, see there's the inguinal lymph nodes, and then there's actually some up in the left axilla on that model too, you know. But they'll see it. Here you also have, like, for example, some cervical ones up here, are actually submandibular lymph nodes here. Okay, so be able to tell me there's not that many on these models. That's about it. Okay. While I've got you all looking at this model right here, there is those lymph nodes all drain into. If you look further down the list under lymph vessels, you'll see lymphatic trunks and then lymphatic ducts. None of the models show really lymphatic trunks. Okay, there's pictures in your books of it. But the lymph ducts, there's two main ones. There's the thoracic duct and then the right lymphatic duct. The thoracic duct empties into the left subclavian, right where the internal jugular comes in. The right lymphatic duct empties in on the other side, the same area. Now, the right just drains like maybe 1/4 of the body. Remember the right side of the head and the upper arm. The left drains everything else. And on these models, this does show you the left. Actually, well, yeah, we can do it with this guy. Let me just pop this off here.
Do you want me to turn this one around?
No, that's okay. Because everybody's kind of facing this way. If we did that, people back there wouldn't be able to see. So right here, you see where the internal jugular is meeting the subclavian vein. Do you see that spot? Do you see that little green thing there? Everybody's looking closer, aren't they? See that little green thing coming in there? Right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's your thoracic duct coming in. Now, over there on that model, you can see it. It's that little grayish one coming in. Can you see it there? Look where the subclavian's coming in. Look at the subclavian and the internal jugular. Go higher up to the right. Go to the right. Keep going. Keep going. Go to your right. Right. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see that little tan thing coming in there? That's your thoracic duct. That's draining most of your lymph back into your subclavian internal jugular, right in that crotch there. Okay. So really, that's all I can show you on these models, except for the spleen too. Okay. And the spleen on this guy is sitting right here. Okay. They attach it to the diaphragm here. The spleen, remember, sits at the tail of the pancreas. Remember the pancreatic model has a spleen on it? So I can show you that spleen. And then this guy here, can you see his spleen?
No.
Up in that gray thing up there in the left side? You guys see his spleen?
So wait, you're not going to show us thoracic lymph nodes, abdominal lymph nodes, pelvic lymph nodes?
They're not on any of these models.
So just the axillary?
The only ones I could really nail you here, but I could always ask that stuff like in a word question somehow.
For sure.
But really, we're only seeing these ones I kind of showed you, those inguinals, that axillary, and maybe suggestion of a little bit of cervical too. So those lymph nodes.
Can you show us the right lymphatic duct?
No, it's not on any of these models. That's the problem. But I can show you where it should be. You know, it's going to be right over here. Right at this spot right here is where it should be sitting, you know.
What about all the chunks? Can't show us that either?
Right, yeah.
Just making sure. I just want to be sure.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I understand. If I find it somewhere, I'll show you
I'll
guys.
come in here like going out of my mind trying to find it.
Yeah, so I'm here.
The other thing on that list, you guys, you might as well just stay where you're at. But you notice you have, I showed you spleen, those lymph nodes, lymphatic nodules. Now, lymphatic nodules, underneath there's listed the vaults, Peyer's patches, appendix, and tonsils. Okay. These are not lymph nodes. They're kind of similar, but they are different. Okay. And so, starting at the bottom, you had, hand me your, you guys got the half head. Hand me that half head right there, because it's colored better. Okay. Down at the bottom, the tonsils. The tonsils that you can see on the models, You have a pharyngeal tonsil, one, which is the same thing as the adenoid. You have 2 palatine tonsils and 1 lingual tonsil. On these models, back here behind the nose, this orange thing, and you can see it on here, but it's just not colored. This is your pharyngeal tonsil right here.
Are those actually, when you open your mouth, the ones you see?
The palatine tonsil, not that one you can't see because it's so high up at the back of the nose there. Okay?
Okay.
You won't be able to see that one. The one you see are those 2 on each side, and that's it right here.
What are those ones?
Palatine.
Palatine.
Palatine. Okay. So those are the ones when they see you get your tonsils removed, they're removing those because they get so big they're kind of closing off the entrance that you can't really swallow, they get really sore. Some people have to have their adenoids removed, and that's this tonsil right here, the pharyngeal tonsil. As it gets so big, you can't get air through your nose and you become a mouth breather. That's what actually happened to me. You know, my dad would slap me back in my head for years when I was real little, shut your mouth, and I couldn't breathe. Finally, they figured it out, and I had to have them removed, and now I could breathe through my nose, but the habit's there. I'm still a mouth breather mostly.
How would the adenoids affect behind sometimes?
Because it's real close to that
combination
auditory eustachian tube emptying out right there. And so if they get really big, they can start blocking that.
And that's how they lose their hearing.
Yeah, they can start
I
blocking.
didn't know the connection.
So now the lingual tonsil sits at the base of the tongue, and we really don't have it on any of the models. Okay,
You'd said there's 1 lingual tonsil, but in our lab manual it says there's 2.
it does. There should be.
Cross
I
that
think
off.
there's only 1. There might be 2.
Oh wait,
can't
so
recall.
1 pharyngeal, 2 palatine, and then only 1 lingual?
Yeah, let's go with 1 lingual or 2. We can't, but I'm not going to be able to nail you on that anyway.
Just making sure.
Okay. The MALT, mucosal associated lymph tissue, that you're going to see when we look at the GI tract, when we look at the under the microscope, some of the bowel wall, you'll see it in there. Now, Peyer's patches is just a form of that, and in this model right here, this is a model of the intestinal wall, okay? And you're going to look at this model closer when we do the digestive system and learn the different layers. But right in here, this big blue thing is a big patch of lymphatic tissue. This is a Peyer's patch.
What part? Oh, that's a small.
It's blue
that's a
right
small
here.
Are we
intestine.
jumping all over because I'm confused?
Okay, see under secondaries,
Yeah.
lymphatic nodules,
Okay.
lymph nodes,
Wait,
lymphatic
yeah.
nodules, MALT, M-A-L-T, and then
Okay.
Peyer's patches. You see
Oh,
that?
Yeah.
That's where you're at.
So that's the Peyer's patch.
That's the Peyer's patch right there.
Peyer's patch. Okay.
That's Peyer's patch. And MALT, you'll see later when we look at these slides for the bowel
We have to know
wall.
what it stands for.
MALT, mucosal associated lymph
Do we
tissue.
have to know that?
Yeah,
And I have a question. Do we have homework? Because we have homework due like next Monday or something.
yeah, you sure do. Make sure
But
you
you,
get it
you
in.
haven't passed it out.
So, no, I'm gonna give it to you probably next week, and then I'll give you a new due date on that.
Oh.
Because I changed what I was gonna do.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
I
so it's like
I made
that.
an executive decision. Okay. Okay, appendix. You guys know where that's at?
No.
Grab, I think, is that? Oh no, that's the same as this one. We'll use this one then. So just kind of pull everything out on these guys.
So what's that? It's a stomach.
Remember the colon? There it is here.
That little thing.
This green thing. That's your appendix.
Oh, that was big.
I didn't see it.
On this guy over here,
Are these models supposed to be like life form? Like that's really the size?
yeah, the appendix can be different sizes. But here's the right colon. Here's your appendix back here, kind of coming off back here. They're showing it.
Oh, so your appendix is at the end of your large colon?
It's at the beginning of the large colon. That's the beginning of it. That's what's called the cecum. This is the cecum. You're going to learn it, so it comes off right there. Where the small bowel comes in and attaches, we call the ileum's coming in. Right near there is where your appendix comes out. We'll talk about that down the road a whole bunch. So, I think that pretty much covers that page, you guys. Is there anything else on there?
thinking about this?
Okay. Now, go ahead and flip over to page 55 and 56. This is what you're going to work on next, okay? Actually what I'm going to do is show you these slides up above here, A, B, C, and D, and then you're going to work on 2, 3, and 4 here in groups, okay? So let me show you on these slides here what you're doing.